Finney wants to know, how do you clamp the small pieces down to your subfence? Well, my DeWalt miter saw actually comes with a clamp to use. You could use that type of clamp if you like. For me, it's always not been something that I wanted to use, just because it doesn't have a lock from left to right, and cutting miters, especially 45-degree miters, tend to really pull the material, if you're not careful, into the saw blade. And this, I feel, has the capacity to maybe not be as helpful as it was planned out to be. But I'm able to cut small pieces on the chop saw or miter saw, just by holding them down firmly against the base and against the back of the subfence. How do I cut a small piece? Well, I'm always going to cut it off a larger piece and try to be as exact as I can when I cut the second miter, because the last thing I want to do is take a small piece like this and have to come in here and trim anything off of it, because my hand would be just way too close to the blade for my liking. So having a subfence will really help you get your accuracy, because you can line up where you need to cut with the lines that are already provided, where you know exactly where it's going to cut. And make sure you check to see if you have any blade wobble. If the blade wobbles back and forth at all, then it's going to cut bigger. So even if you put that thing right up against the edge of your saw blade, the saw blade will still overcut your piece, therefore making it short. If you really, really want to clamp a piece down and you don't have clamps, you're going to have to become creative or make your subfence longer than the base of your miter saw itself, so that it provides you something that you could clamp to, because there's not really anything that you can clamp to very well on at least this miter saw.